Yo, what's up, guys? It's Campent. Today I'm joined by Conan, the Valhallan goat, the cannon goat.
I am the best cannon player in AE known to man. The only Zol main known to man.
Word. Linfei main, soon, maybe.
Yes, exactly.
And then,
Hoping that.
yeah, today, so he's Valhallan. I'm almost Valhallan. I'm previously Valhallan. Anyway, we're gonna be coaching our boy. Is that Nate?
I main Lord VRAXX, main blasters though. So I'm right now
Nice.
currently 1750, and I'm shooting for diamond ones at least.
Word. Yeah, you can definitely hit that. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
So basically how it's going to go is me and Conan are going to spectate a couple of Nate's 1v1 ranked games, and then we're going to go over the replay and talk to him about it. Okay. Noticing an in-dodge already. No,
Yeah, I said I did the same thing.
Yeah, it in-dodged twice so far. Both of his dodges have been in-dodged, they both got punished. Okay. The aggressive offstage play. Nice. I don't know what happened to him, but good kill.
Okay.
Nice, good game one. Okay, so I think he'll probably just go right into game two.
Yeah, dodging. Another
Dodging
one.
again, yeah. Yeah.
He also panics off stage.
Yeah, that's just gonna take time. He's gotta put himself in a more offstage situation so he can get like comfortable and like used to the right option. Oh, you need to be able to do that recovery, bro. That's yeah, you need to literally learn that this afternoon. As soon as we
He's dead
hang
now.
up, as soon as we hang up the call, he needs to learn downlight recovery
Yep.
and guns. Okay. He's like rushing everything. Like he's rushing this kill by just going for side sigs after every hit.
Yeah.
Like if he were to just take a moment and kind of react to what the Wushang was doing, he probably could have got the kill like 20 seconds ago.
He needs more
Save some
patience.
damage. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs more patience.
Yeah, he's just going for stuff without thinking. He's got to be more thoughtful. Okay. Like yeah, like
That's
he's
bad.
Just,
That's
he's
bad.
just spamming. Oh no.
Yeah, another downlight recovery. Another one.
Yeah, the game would be over right now.
Losable.
Yeah, it is, and the game. Okay. He won.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was losable.
Hey, 2-0. Not bad. All right, we have a few things to talk about. A few common, general things, and then I also want to go over some specific moments. So right there, in dodge, and then watch. He hits you with something. In dodge again. Like two in dodges back to back. In dodge is in general like just terrible. Like it is really the only time you should in dodge is if you've been away dodging and they start reading it, to be honest. Like in dodging should be a mix up, not really your default option. Normally, and it kind of makes sense, right? Like you get hit by something, you want to get out of there, right? You don't want to like go back in for more. So he just read that, but it's like it's not like if you had away dodged and he read it, it's like I wouldn't be calling it out just because in dodge is like generally not good. So honestly, yeah, like obviously me and Conan have been plat before, right? So yeah, like for a long time too. So we know like when we were playing, or at least I'll speak for myself here. When I was playing like back then in plat, I wasn't really thinking about my dodges. I was just pressing the button, right? Like I was pressing dodge. I wasn't thinking about what direction, mixing them up. So that takes time, but you have to like consciously, in order for that to become like default for you, like muscle memory or like autopilot, you have to like do it and like practice it and think about it. So like you have to really think about your dodges, and then eventually you won't really have to think about it. You'll just be mixing them up like by default, or automatically. So yeah, that's just take a little practice. So that you had a big punish here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't rewind him. So it's important to like, yeah. Honestly, I think, okay, I could be wrong. I'm not a Lance player, but I think you had sidelight dare, sidelight nair confirmed here, or maybe even sidelight dare, sidelight stare, or something like that confirmed.
Yeah. I've been
sidelight nair recovery is confirmed too.
So you need to be able to recognize when they use their dodge, and this is part of something that me and Conan noticed about your gameplay a lot, is that sometimes you just go for stuff, and it seems like you're just going for stuff to go for stuff. Maybe it's the high dex on VRAXX, it's like everything feels so fast and unpunishable, you just go for stuff. But it's important to like be more thoughtful about your gameplay. Like, what's the difference between like playing casually and tryharding for you? Because if this is ranked and you're tryharding, it seems like you're throwing out stuff that you're not specifically like thinking about or super conscious of. So I'm just curious, like what that would be.
Like, I don't really think about it. I get that a lot. I just do random stuff, but I try to do like, I guess critique more, look at my replays and try to do better. But sometimes it happens.
Yeah, I get that. We all been there. Autopilot. I would just say that it's better to like be thoughtful about the stuff you throw out. Like doing random stuff is not bad if it's unpredictable, right? Like that's how you win matches by doing something your opponent didn't think you'd do. Otherwise you just lose. So it's okay to like be throwing out stuff that people don't expect, but to just throw out stuff is like not a good practice. You want to be thoughtful about everything you do. Like everything you do, every button you press should have been like either a conscious or subconscious decision, not just to press, you know?
Yeah.
But honestly, your movement is pretty good in that it's like really fast, high APM actions per minute. Like a lot of people at this elo, I see them just like floating around, not fast falling, not dashing around and stuff, like full charging signatures and stuff. Yours is really pretty good. So that's good, very good. And that was good too, that dodge away. Like you went for a punish that missed, and then you immediately jump dodge back. That was really good to avoid the punish. And that's like something you'll see a lot of pros do, so that was really good. And then I don't exactly know what happened to my brother here, but he died, so good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is exactly, I think I mentioned this earlier. Oh, okay, I mentioned this when I was talking to Conan during the match. But basically what happens here, this is about like being thoughtful. So this D-Light misses, okay, fine. He's above you to the right, and he just used his dodge. If I'm seeing this as a blaster player, I'm thinking I could get so much damage on this guy, like triple nair or like a recovery nair or whatever. But then the jump down air the other way is just like, I'm a blasters player too, obviously I play Nyx. So I know that when you whiff on blasters, you jump dare. Like it's just the thing you do because it covers exactly where your position last was, and you can punish them for trying to punish you. But in this case, it was clearly not the move. So try to, when you whiff an attack and jump dare, make sure that the reason you jump dare is because you actually thought they were going to like go down and try to hit you here, right? And they were going to actually position themselves there, and not have it be just a habit. Because like he jumped in left. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Can you see my mouse?
I can see it.
Yeah, he jumped in left and he had no air dodge, so you could have absolutely annihilated, like taken like 30 damage probably, or done 30 damage. I mean. It wasn't the worst recovery, to be honest. I see what you were trying to do. Like if you had gone straight to the wall, he would have dared or ground pounded you. So I think that was just like he edge guarded well. I can't really fault you. This is just a little bit impatient. I know exactly what you're going for, right? Like you're like, okay, he comes over the wall, he gets side saved. But just be a little more patient. It's, you know, don't have to rush it.
Yeah, I was talking to myself. I was like, I'm rushing. I gotta slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I get that. And part of that could be nerves because it's like the first rank game of the day and whatever. So like, I get that. But yeah, just in general, like, we obviously don't know what would have happened if you had been more patient. Like maybe he got up anyway and he found a way around and didn't get hit. But you know, the patience wouldn't have hurt you. I mean, he just read you. Like that's not your fault, to be honest. Nice, that was a really good step back. Unfortunately, the sideline missed, but good reads. That was good too. You didn't go straight for the weapon. You waited. You baited out the move, and then you actually got punished for it. That was really good. Yeah, you could definitely be diamond. So that was the stuff you were doing at first here on this edge guard was like, you know, baiting him out, trying to hit him, like D-Sigs, downlight, sidelight. Pretty good, pretty good. If he were to rush his recovery, he could have got hit by any one of those things. But then you kind of like just rush this down air. If you're gonna do a dash jump reverse down air like this, you want it to hit right when he touches the wall. So like not here, but that's when you want your down air to have come out. So you should have used it when he did this jump down here, like done the dash jump reverse like around here, and it would have hit him and killed him. That's just a timing thing though, but just try to make it so that your the option you're throwing out is like an actual like prediction of what he's gonna do, and not just like something getting thrown out.
Okay.
And then all this stuff I'm talking about like thoughtful gameplay and like being more thoughtful with all your attacks and like thinking about stuff, that really just does take time, and it takes a lot of effort at first. But the more you do it, the more it'll become like second nature. Like eventually it'll be like second nature for you to time that dash jump down air while he's off stage. Like it'll be so easy for you eventually, but for now it does take a lot of effort. That was a good down signal. This guy kind of wisened up. The reason he got the stock here is he kind of wisened up to your like strategy of a lot of hitboxes getting thrown out, and he's starting to be able to punish them. That Sarah was one, and then this side sig is like a direct response to your play style, because he knows that stuff is just gonna come out. Which is obviously like, it's not bad to just throw stuff out on VRAXX because he's got so much dex, but you want to like try to bait with it instead of try to actually like just spam light attacks. Like you can definitely use it to bait like super well. That's like something Bo is really good at. Good try with the downlight recovery. That is, I find it okay. I find that the aerial downlight recovery is a bit inconsistent, but right here you need to be able to hit downlight recovery on guns grounded if you play guns. That's just a necessity, an absolute requirement. Like the first thing you should do after this Discord call is get in training mode and grind that combo out. It's very important. Without that combo, you're literally nerfing guns for yourself.
Yeah.
I
went for it. I mean, I kind of whiffed it. Kind of nervous still, kinda.
Another thing though, for this right here, so downlight sidelight I believe doesn't work after, I want to say yellow. I know you can hit it twice at 0, and then after that it's no longer viable anymore. So I don't really understand why you throw it a sidelight after that. I guess I can understand an NSIG if you were to do an NSIG there, but a sidelight it wouldn't even hit no matter what.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Just make sure you know all your damage specific combos. And guns is a weapon that actually has a lot of those. Like on white, you can do falling stairs downlight and falling stairs sidelight and falling stairs endlight, I think. I'm not so sure about falling stairs sidelight, but I know you can do falling stair downlight and falling stair endlight. So being able to like know these damage specific combos is just like optimizing your gameplay. And whenever a match comes down to like last hit red, if you had that optimal combos like in your gameplay, you would have won. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you would have won already. But yeah, so you need to be able to hit that downlight recovery though for sure. But you win the match.
Yep, easy win.
That was pretty nice. I've never seen someone do that. That would have hit me, to be honest. So good job. All right, now Conan's gonna go over game 2. That was pretty good movement, I'll say, just right there. A lot of like empty hopping, and you would jump forward and then drift back, which is like baiting him, trying to bait him with your movement. So that was good.
Yeah, or we said earlier about the whole dodging situation. That can get you hurt very much. That's like 2 in like 30 seconds, I want to say.
And notice how like he read it, and he's never played you before. Yeah. He never saw you dodge in before. He just read it because everyone dodges in. So it's like
everyone dodges in.
Yeah, it's like what he's learned from playing this game is that people dodge in and then you dodged in. So you gotta try to mix it up. Yeah.
Downlight recovery. Yep.
That would have almost. That might have killed. I don't know because VRAXX isn't the highest strength, but.
So like even for this, you had two downlights. This was a good one. This was a really good one because I probably would have fell for this one. That was a free kill. And then this, there's no reason. This could have been really bad underneath you. That would have been a double downlight.
Yeah.
That was good. Though.
Oh, that was close.
That was good though.
But like if that was a good punish, but if you had down light recovery like in your combo repertoire, like the stock would have just been over 20 seconds ago. Nice. Okay, so wait, pause right there. I believe he didn't have an air dodge, so you could have done downlight side light nair, which is more damage than downlight stare.
Yeah, he uses air dodge. He did. Yeah, he definitely did. I think he used it right here. Yep,
yeah.
Right there.
So he's got no dodge. Downlight side light nair is just more optimal. Yeah, just paying attention to stuff like that. It's only like plus 15 damage or whatever, but it's 15 damage. So
yeah,
you kill one downlight stare earlier, which is pretty good. Yeah. Okay. He didn't have air dodge there either.
Yeah, this right here, you weren't even facing him at all. Like even ping off, even off the drift of this, knowing that he's going straight down or he can potentially go behind you, you're not even facing the right direction for this.
It's just basically the general idea of those three things me and Conan just talked about was that you were rushing. So yes, the end light wasn't facing the right direction, but the bigger issue is that you were rushing that stock, so which is why you threw out that end light that wasn't gonna hit. You're just in a big rush trying to speed run Valhalla.
Oh yeah, that one. This one's another one I was. So against certain weapons, this can get you really damaged. He couldn't have killed here, but against spear, because you GC, you have no dodge. He could have doubled. If he would have sidelighted here, you would have had double downlight. That's just free damage for spear. So another thing that I tell people about when I do my coaching sessions is that you wasted your dodge here. So I like to go for recovery because it gives you the most distance, or down air just to break momentum. So by using this, he could have down aired, and you also at that same time you wasted your recovery as well. So if he was just a little better, he could have GC downlighted ground pound or something better.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay, I was for that return back to map. If you could rewind a little bit. So as a blasters players, one thing is you can really stall out your recovery on guns by using your exhausted recovery. It's got great horizontal movement and it's a really long animation. So if you like use your dodge like how you did at the very start, and then you like recover and then kind of drift back and then use your exhausted recovery, you'll get your dodge back. You'll be able to use like 2 air dodges in the same recovery attempt. So yeah, you could have stalled that out and mix up your recovery options to like throw him off and get back safely, especially with guns, with the stalling.
He wasted his dodge somewhere here. I think he might have had a Sair here. He wasted his dodge. He did it again now. Right there, yeah. I think you had a Sair here. So I think another thing is this chase dodge is fine, right? This was perfect. So I would have went for a downlight here. But this, I don't understand. Were you going for a dodge away?
I think I was going for. To be honest, I don't know what I was going for, but that down there was not. I don't know.
That's honestly, in my opinion, like just again like rushing it, like just rushing things. Yeah. Nice. So I forgot. Yeah, that was a kill. The match would be over.
Yeah.
If you can't hit downlight recovery, you should probably at least still go for the downlight side air. On that dare, by the way, I think jump stare would have true comboed.
Yeah, it seems like now you're out of panic mode, it seems like.
Nice.
Now, this beating this, I don't know how that worked, to be honest, because that never worked for me when I try it, ever. That never worked for me.
Unarmed moment.
Yes, this never worked for me. I never understand how this hitbox works, but I think you got to like literally like perfect there for that. Like, there's no way. Like, this would not have.
Oh, what the hell? That is interesting.
Yeah, cause I don't know.
Which is jankier, spear or unarmed?
Unarmed is way. It's to me, unarmed is really broken. People don't realize that.
I despise unarmed, dude. The down air is ridiculous. You go so far. It takes like one down air in yellow to offset like 2 jumps. It's like insane. Okay, so for me, my biggest tips. First of all, you gotta learn D-Light recovery on guns. Grounded. You need to be able to hit that true from both sides from any like situation. Second is to not be rushing your gameplay so much, and to try and be really thoughtful about all the options you throw out.
Yeah.
And third is to optimize your weapons, to optimize both lance and guns, which is comes in many forms. One is just learning all the combos on them, and 2 is knowing how much damage you can get off of a punish. So if they miss a sig, know how much damage you can get. If they use their air dodge, you need to know how much damage you can get and like get all that damage. So you need to be able to punish the air dodge, like react to it, and optimize your weapons so that you get the most damage you can out of each punish. So those are my 3 big things, and I think if you do those, you'll definitely hit diamond this season. What about you, Conan? What do you think?
So one thing that I recognize a lot was that off stage, when people are coming back towards the wall and they're wall slipping, everybody has a certain rhythm that they do on the wall. So it'd be like sometimes 3 jumps, 4 jumps, like depending on how quickly they want to get back to stage. So that's why on some, there was the video that Campit made about me and him. There was like a part where he said he could have edge guarded me here, but the thing was I was expecting him to do something and I was waiting to punish that, but he didn't do it. He just ended up dying. So I say try to always get familiar with how your other person is playing, because everybody plays different, but there's always something that you can pick up on very fast, whether it be their dodge or which kind of combos they like to go for. And then you said you like to play with SIGs. So I learned the game. I didn't really use SIGs till 2200. And I had a friend tell me that he was like, that's weird. But I wanted to learn the game as optimally as possible and mechanically as possible. So I got to 2200 without using any SIGs at all. And so there's nothing wrong with using SIGs. If that's how your playstyle works, then that's fine. But you have to eventually, if you go, let's say you go for Satellite and SIG on VRAXX, the next time you want to go for Satellite Sair or Satellite Down Air. That way it switches it up. And then the third time you can go for Satellite and SIG again. You just want to always have a backup pocket option.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so all of these things, like if you try to implement them now, it's just gonna be impossible. So try to like, I'll write down in this chat my suggestion, my 3 big things, and just try to tackle one at a time. And it's gonna be really hard, and it's gonna take all your effort to focus on each point at a time. But eventually, you'll get them all down, and they'll become like second nature, and then you'll be able to move on to the next tip and implement that into your gameplay.
Yeah.
And don't let it get frustrating, because I still have clips of me when I was gold trying to learn how to Russian Mafia and doing like the half pipe string on guitars. Like it takes time. It takes a good amount of time to learn. So don't let it frustrate you. Which weapon do you struggle against the most?
Probably orb and guitars.
Orb.
So for
interesting.
Yeah, I used to be an orb main. I used to be orb main. So for orb, to me, honestly, orb is like sword to me in a way. It's just different combos. So when you get hit with a satellite, no matter what, you're gonna get hit with a Sair. It's gonna happen. So what I always think is, what can I do after that, after the Sair, to either break his momentum with a GC wake up or reset game back into neutral? Because no matter what, the game is going to reset. No matter what the stocks are, the game is going to reset. So patience, it's okay to have patience. People are going to call people passive no matter what. It doesn't matter. You can win and people are going to call you passive no matter how you play. At the end of the day, it just, whatever gets you thinking about what to do next and what he's going to do next, that's what helps you win. That's going to help you win a lot.
Yeah, in general for the orb, especially if you're playing Lord VRAXX, you gotta play the range game. That's how you'll beat it. Orb has insane frame data, every option hits stacked, and everything comes out so fast. The only way you're gonna beat it is you gotta outrange it so those attacks miss in the first place, and with lancing guns, it should be, at least, you should be able to decently do that. As for katars, like, katars are just the best, so.
Yeah.
But it's the same idea, but they are the best weapon in ones right now. Who knows after the patch? It really depends on what they do to Nair.
I'm still playing Linfei.
So
I do say though.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, you gotta outrange him. Thanks for letting us coach you, bro.
Yeah, thanks for coaching. I need. and I'm definitely gonna implement this in my gameplay from now on.
Nice. You'll be in diamond soon, bro. Post the screenshots.
And I will be.
Post the progress in the Discord.
All right, bro.
And I will be asking if you can do downlight recovery from time to time. I will be asking.
Yeah, learn that today.
Once you learn that, games are gonna go by so much easier.
Okay. I need to get that. I've been training. I've been doing it in the training room. I just haven't been confident about doing it in the game. Ranked.
You should just do it and miss it, and then you'll slowly get better at not missing
Attempt it. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
All right, cool. Thanks, Conan, for helping coach. Thank you, Nate, for being here.
No problem. Anytime.
Anytime.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.
What's up?